Episode 1 The Last Sushi Chef Neo Tokyo 2055. Restaurants are controlled by machines, and robot chefs replicate dishes in seconds. In a hidden alley, Haru Tanaka keeps the family counter alive, where each sushi is made by hand, while serving the legendary Crypto Sushi, a living NFT that carries memories of generations. Haru is observed by Culinary Corp. Drones. Your first silent confrontation with the automated system begins. A hologram of Kaito Sagawa, the corporation's CEO, appears on the streets announcing tradition is obsolescence. Episode 2 Haru trains with his ancient sword, which belonged to his grandfather, while his elderly mother remembers him. Every grain of rice has a story. His martial arts training recalls the philosophy behind sushi and the memory of his legacy. Meanwhile, Kaito gathers his board of associates, hackers, executives, and engineers to plan the end of the artisanal counter. Surveillance robots begin to prowl Haru's backyard.
Episode 3 The Annual Culinary Festival. Haru and his mother managed to secure boot at the Culinary Festival in Tokyo. Everything was amazing, a grand event eagerly awaited by everyone. It was a gathering that is to preserve tradition, a respect for the art of gastronomy. There were men chefs from France, China, Japan, and Italy. Only a few, however, is to maintain the legendary and traditional methods of cooking. Then Kaito arrived with his entourage and began provoking Haru. He said, "Your hands are fartos for the futuristic." In response, Haru began making sushi at incredible speed, with perfection, emotion, and a fine attention to detail. Customers and visitors praised him for his outstanding work. At the end of the event, Kaito ordered an attack on Haru e se boot at the festival. Episode 3 The Annual Culinary Festival. Haru and his mother managed to secure a boot at the Culinary Festival in Tokyo. Everything was amazing, a grand event eagerly awaited by everyone. It was a gathering that is to preserve tradition, a respect for the art of gastronomy. There were men chefs from France, China, Japan, and Italy. Only a few, however, is to maintain the legendary and traditional methods of cooking. Then Kaito arrived with his entourage and began provoking Haru. He said, "Your hands are fartos for the futuristic." In response, Haru began making sushi at incredible speed, with perfection, emotion, and a fine attention to detail. Customers and visitors praised him for his outstanding work. At the end of the event, Kaito ordered an attack on Haru e se boot at the festival.
Episode 4 The Attack of Drones and Robots. After Kaito ordered the destruction of Haru's food stall at the festival, Haru knew that many things were about to change. Armed drones and robots invade Haru's home, determined to kill him and erase his legacy. Lights flicker at the window. Noises come from the backyard. Haru gets ready. His mother screams in the kitchen, while Haru, in the living room, watches the robot smash through the back door. Drones break in through the windows, firing and destroying everything. Haru protects his mother at all costs. He pushes the fight outside into the yard, wielding his sword and martial arts techniques against the cybernetic invaders. In the chaos, his mother collapses after a violent fall. Haru looks at her lying unconscious. Furious, he destroys the enemies and ends the threat. From his office, Kaito watches the entire scene through the drone's cameras. Shocked by Haru's strength, Haru carries his mother in his arms to the hospital. Determined to save her before it's too late. Now, more than ever, he vows to protect his mother and his legacy, no matter the cost. The only image left on the drone's recordings was Haru's face. From his office, Kaito laughs and says, "The past has no place in the future."
Equal resilience. Haru sits beside his sleeping mother. Their silence is heavy. He recalls his grandfather as he words memories that echo like an oath. His eyes shine with determination. Back home, Haru strengthens digifaces. He studies the attack patterns of the machines. He trains the yard until he collapses to his knees, exhausted. But he knows the enemy's moving the shadows. In his office, Kaito unveils his new plans. He commands the robotichef's deadly machines armed and ready to attack and wipe out Haru's legacy. Kaito smiles coldly and says to his collaborators, "Erase his legacy." At home, in front of the family altar, Haru lights a candle before his grandfather as a photo. With a firm gaze, he whispers, "As long as I breathe, I will protect my mother and everything she represents." Explosions shake the house. Robots advance with swords, and drones light up the darkness. Haru rushes, grabs his katana, and prepares for battle. He cuts drones in midair, each strike followed by sparks shattering metal. A giant robot swings its sword at Haru. He blocks the impact. The sound echoes like thunder tearing through the skies. In the yard, Haru takes down a robot with a spinning kick and pierces another with his katana. Incredibly, the flame of the candle remains lit at the altar, a symbol of his family's strength. At last, Haru unleashes his most powerful strike. The enemy's metal breaks apart in flashes of light. Amid the chaos, Haru sees his injured body, torn clothes, and bloodstains. Wounded, he reflects to himself, "A world so rich and full of possibilities, their is too twisted. Greedy people who will do anything for power." Breathing deeply, surrounded by wreckage, Haru emerges victorious. But he knows the war is far from over. In his office, Kaito watches everything through the screens. Furious at the failure, he mutters, "The past is to resist, but soon it will be erased from history." Haru answers in a firm voice, staring into the destroyed drone cameras. "You brought war into my home. Now, I will return the favor." The game begins. So says the last request. The day was ending. Exhausted after the battle against the new Culinary Corporation as machines and robots, Haru was consumed by fear and uncertainty. All he wanted was to visit his mother in the hospital. After clearing the wreckage of the fight, Haru prepared his sushi bat once more. Ingredients carefully arranged, knives sharpened, the counter spotless and ready. The warm glow of the sunset filtered through the window, bathing the body golden night. But Haru's mind was elsewhere, on his mother. He on the weight of keeping his family as a tradition alive. The last customer of the day approached, an elderly woman who had visited the bar for years. She smiled and asked about his mother. Haru, caught off guard, hesitated, then answered softly. "She is recovering in the hospital." With precision and care, he sliced, rolled, he served the sushi, as if each were the very first and the very last dish he would ever prepare. As the woman left, satisfied, Haru gazed at the horizon. Tokyo's skyline was painted in hues of gold orange, pink as the sun dipped below the edge of the city. For a fleeting moment, there was peace, a quiet connection to his family, his art, his tradition. But the silence was broken by a delivery man. He handed Haru an envelope. Opening it, Haru froze. Inside was a severed ear. A note. It's not over. Fear and dread surged through him. He closed the bat immediately and ran toward the hospital. The scene there was horrific. A nurse lay dead, blood stained the walls. His mother Akama was missing one ear, the very ear that had arrived in the envelope. Tears streamed down Haru's face as he fell to his knees. But when he realized his mother was still alive, he took a deep breath, clinging to her hope. Meanwhile, from the top of the new Culinary tower, Kaito watched in satisfaction. His
Luzes
machines and
neon,
drones had
cidade
leveled
grita,
Aru
parede
as
de
he home
vidro.
in
Há uma
Sushi bad
aflita no
with
meio do
blockages,
aço. Haru
beams,
persiste no
the
mundo sintético, ele ainda
explosives.
existe.
His family
Palitinhos
Alpha,
dançam,
with his
peixe na mão.
grandfather as the
Tradição que
picture,
vibra na
was
contramão.
reduced to
Enquanto
rubble
robôs
he
servem
twisted
plástico no
steel.
prato, Haru
Only
corta
the
o tempo num
family
gesto
as the great
exato.
sword remained. Its
Haru,
blade
último
tainted with the blood of
sushi.
innocence. As smoke cozy over the city, Aru stood frozen, grief-giving laid their rage. There was no home left to return to. His family's legacy was shattered. Now, only one path remained, vengeance e justiça at any cost. But one question still lingers. How far is Aru willing to go to protect his family and reclaim his legacy?